Hi guys, Lindsay Strand here, and today on Sweet Talk I'm making Meyer-Lemon and coconut layer cake. This is the perfect springtime celebration treat, maybe even your Easter dessert, and it's filled with lemony flavor. I've already baked my cakes, they're cooling in the back, but while they cool, I'm going to make my lemon curd filling. So this is great because it's a no tempering lemon curd. I'm starting with a cup of granulated sugar. This I'm adding a half teaspoon of kosher salt and a tablespoon of cornstarch. This helps thicken the curd. Give this a quick whisk. Make sure that you whisk your cornstarch with the sugar because otherwise it clumps up really easily. Not very appealing to have lumps of cornstarch in your curd. And next I'm adding 8 egg yolks. So I'll just separate these out. So I'm going to be saving 5 of these egg whites for my buttercream. 4 and 5. All right, so that's 5. I'll set these aside for my buttercream. And then the remaining 3 you can use for something else. You could whip them up, add them to some pancake batter to make super fluffy pancakes. And last one. So I'm gonna whisk these yolks into the sugar right away because yolks can form a skin on them from the sugar. It kind of burns them a little bit, but if you whisk them together right away, it kind of helps diminish the sugar burn on the yolks. Okay, that looks good. And I'm also adding 10 tablespoons of cold butter and some lemon zest and juice. So I'm looking for a teaspoon of zest from your regular lemon. This is looking just about there. It looks like maybe 1 lemon is 1 teaspoon. And I'm using both regular lemons and Meyer-Lemons because you get more of the sour, tangy flavor from the regular lemon and a bit more of a fragrant aroma from the Meyer-Lemon. There's a teaspoon of that. And look, these are so brightly colored. They're a little different than your regular lemon. Really smooth, beautiful skin. I like to use my microplane facing up like this so that you catch all of the zest. If you use it the other way, all of your zest falls onto your cutting board and then you lose a lot of those essential oils when they hit the surface of your cutting board. So there's another teaspoon of zest there. And then I'm going to add a half cup of regular lemon juice and a 1/4 cup of Meyer-Lemon juice. If you don't find Meyer's at your store, you could definitely just use all regular lemon here. It's just gonna be a bit more tart. I love cooking with citrusy flavors in the early spring, say around February or March, because the citrus is really in season then, so you can cook with all kinds of interesting types of citrus fruit. All right, so there's half a cup, and then we need a 1/4 cup from the Meyer-Lemon. This one is pretty juicy, so I think I might only need 1. So that looks good. It smells so bright and fresh in my kitchen right now. I love it. So now I'll add this to the pot with all the other ingredients. I'll stir this constantly over medium heat until the butter melts and the sugar dissolves and it will start to thicken into a curd. So normally when you're making a traditional lemon curd, you temper your eggs, but this is really nice because it's all done in one pot, and since you're straining it through a sieve, you don't really have to worry about your eggs cooking or scrambling in the mixture. What I'm looking for are just the first few bubbles to come up in the center of the pan because that means that the cornstarch is activated. I think now that the butter is all melted, I'm going to switch to a whisk, and it's just starting to bubble in the center of the pan. All right, I think this is good. I'm seeing some bubbles splurting in the middle of the curd. So now I'm gonna take this off heat and strain it through a fine mesh sieve into a heat-proof bowl. Wow, look at how beautiful and sunny this curd looks. It's so bright yellow. I just think it's so pretty. Just scrape this through, catch all of the lumps that might have happened during cooking. Looks like I have a few brown spots in here, but that's okay because they will get caught by the sieve. Right? Scrape the bottom of the sieve. There's a lot of good stuff down there. So my lemon curd is finished. I'm just going to cover it with some plastic directly on the surface of the curd so it doesn't get a skin. And then I'll let this cool to room temperature, which takes about 30 minutes, and then chill it in the refrigerator for 2 hours until it's very firm. So while my curd cools in the refrigerator, I'm going to make some candied lemon wheels to decorate the top of the cake. So to do that, I'm making a simple syrup using 1 cup of granulated sugar and 1 cup of water. So this is always 1 to 1, it's really easy. I'm going to bring this to a boil. You just stir until the sugar dissolves. If you stir too much after that, the sugar will crystallize and it'll give you more of a sandy look, which is not really what we're going for here. And with these lemon slices, I've blanched these in some boiling water and then shocked them in an ice bath. And you can do that a couple of times. Blanching them really removes the bitterness that you get from the rind so that when you eat them later, they're really tasty, just sweet, a little bit tangy, but you don't get any of that bitter flavor from the rind. So now that my sugar is dissolved, I'm going to stop whisking so that it doesn't crystallize. So now that this has just come to a simmer, there are little bubbles appearing on the bottom of the pan. I'm adding my blanched lemons in a single layer. They're going to be so pretty. And this will make your house smell amazing. All right, so this looks like it fits pretty well. You can use a pair of tongs. I think a fork is also really easy to maneuver these around. But now I just let these simmer for an hour. You don't want to let them boil because that will caramelize the sugar and they'll turn dark brown. But if you just let these simmer, they'll turn translucent, beautifully golden, and then you're all set to decorate your cake. I pulled these out of the simple syrup after an hour. You can see they're completely translucent, a little bit golden, but they didn't caramelize. And then I let them dry completely on parchment paper, which takes about an hour. So now I'm just going to finish my lemon curd filling. I dried out some coconut in a 350-degree oven for about 10 minutes until it was dry, but not getting any color. It makes it a little bit of a nicer texture than taking it straight out of the bag. So I'm going to add a cup of that dried coconut to my lemon curd and just take a spatula to fold it in. All right, so that looks good. So now I'm going to trim the tops off of my cakes. And I like to kind of score around the edge with a serrated knife. Makes it really easy if you have a turnstile like this one. And then once you've scored, you can start cutting all the way through, and your line will kind of serve as your guide, just like that. And now these I affectionately call cake scraps. Keep those in a bowl. That's your cook's treat. I'll do the same with the other one. And these cakes were made with the reverse creaming method and a little bit of coconut oil, so they have a coconut flavor to them. You can also find that on marthastewart.com. They were baked in 7-inch cake pans, so it's a bit of a smaller cake. So now that this is leveled, I'm going to split the layers. You can use a ruler for this if you want. I'm just going to eyeball it and go about halfway around the cake. And again, I'm scoring it. Now that I've scored, I can use that line to guide my knife through. And since we made these cakes with the reverse creaming method, they're a really tender crumb, but it's a bit of a denser crumb, so it's a really nice cake for layering. So now to assemble my cake, I'm just going to put a little bit of this buttercream on the bottom of the turntable. And I will start with one layer, right side up like this. And I'll add 2/3 of a cup of my lemon curd mixture to the center of the cake. It's really nice to measure out your filling so that you can have equal, even layers in between your cake layers. So there's 2/3 of a cup. And now I'll just spread it with a mini offset spatula. You could always use a regular spatula for this, but I find this is a really handy tool to get even layers. And spread it all the way just about to the edge, like that. So now I'll top this with another layer, like this. So I'm doing another 2/3 cup of filling on this next layer. Now we're going to put this next layer upside down, like that, kind of center it, give it a little wiggle, and then the last bit of curd goes right on top. Smooth it to the edges. And again, put this one upside down So you'll have a really flat top layer on your cake. Give it a little, make sure I have this even here. Give it a little spin, check her out. So I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for 1 hour, let the lemon curd set and everything kind of settle together. I'll just cover it with plastic, and then I'm ready for my crumb coat. All right, so my cake is chilled in the fridge. I also gave it a quick crumb coat and let it chill for another 15 minutes, and now I'm ready to do the fun part. This is decorating and finishing your cake. So I'm going to start by spooning some of this frosting over the top. This is coconut Swiss meringue buttercream. It's made with a little bit of coconut oil, and it just gives it, again, that hint of coconut flavor that works so nicely with lemon. Doesn't matter so much if it's perfectly smooth because I will be covering it with coconut after, but I do want it to be even enough that no one feels like they got a skimpy amount of frosting. So I used 1 cup of buttercream around for the crumb coat, and now I'm adding another about 3 cups around the outside of the cake. So I'm just kind of dolloping it on the sides, and then I'll smooth it all out with my spatula in a second. So now that I have a fairly smooth, even layer of buttercream on my cake, I'm going to top it with the rest of my dried coconut. Just sprinkle it on the top. It's just kind of a light covering. And then I'll press it up along the sides. And it's okay if a little bit falls. I'll go back around and grab that extra to put on any naked spots. But I think this is looking pretty good. Now I'm ready for my citrus wheels. So I'll just lift them up from the parchment. They're a little sticky, so I'm using a fork. Just lay these around the cake. They are so pretty. I like kind of playing with the different colored ones. So I'll do one more like that. I think that looks pretty. A little bit minimalist, which I like. And then I have some mint here. You can use your fresh mint. Add some leaves to your lemon wheels, just like this. So here it is, it's our finished cake. I think it's absolutely stunning. This one would be great at Easter or in the spring, but really you can enjoy it all year round. I hope you enjoy. For more recipes like this, check out marthastewart.com and be sure to subscribe to the Everyday Food channel on YouTube.